Hey, welcome to Jesus Said, a devotional series on everything Jesus said. Do you ever feel the need to suppress your faith life in order to succeed in this world? Or have you maybe put your faith on hold and told yourself that you would pick it up back later when you got older and settled down? If so, this week's passage is for you. And trust me, there's good news for you at the end. So let's go. In the Gospel of Matthew, this is the third temptation the devil brings to Jesus. And in the Gospel of Luke, this is the second listed. Whichever order it was, most scholars agree that this is the mother of all temptations, like the strongest temptation. Jesus, led by the Spirit, is being tempted by the devil in the wilderness. It almost seems like an initiation test for him, or like a rite of passage to prove his ability to be the Savior of the world. After overcoming two powerful temptations, the devil led him up to a high place and showed him in an instant all the kingdoms of the world. And he said to him, "I will give you all their authority and splendor. It has been given to me, and I can give it to anyone I want to. If you worship me, it'll all be yours." Jesus answered, "It is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only." You know, oftentimes people have this very simple understanding of the devil. People consider things to be devilish or satanic when it involves horror-like events, dark, evil, demented massacres, terrors, and inhumane crimes. Now, those things are satanic, but with a closer look at the Bible, we can see that Satan's activity range is far wider than just the horror genre. See, the Bible tells us that Satan was an angel who sinned, and it looks like he had other angels under his command who sinned as well. And that ancient serpent, who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world, he was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. These are the angels who did not stay within their own position of authority, but left their proper dwelling. He has kept in eternal chains under gloomy darkness until the judgment of the great day. And we also learn that sometimes Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. But he has nothing to do with the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. See, for ages, Satan has enticed and deceived this world into believing his lies to commit grievous sins, which in turn chains us with him and separates us from God. And also lies about this supposed awesome, beautiful, happy, satisfying life that's attainable without God, making people walk away from God on their own. But remember, there is no truth in him. In fact, Satan's claim about himself is a lie as well. Granted, he has the power to beat up a group of people half dead, strip them naked, and scare them off like he did in Acts 19. He has proved his ability to overpower the strongest people and trap the most intellectual minds. And while he might be called the prince of the world, does he really have the ability to give all the authority and splendor of the world to Jesus? And the answer is no. Did the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil really make Adam and Eve like God? No. Did the worship of idols heal, protect, and save anyone? No. Did your life become easier by lying to your family and friends? Are you satisfied chasing after money every day of your life? Are you happier after entertaining yourself with stories of infidelity, hatred, and graphic violence? And the answer is no. Satan's temptation to us and to Jesus comes with a deceitful promise at a deceptive cost. First, Satan doesn't have the authority of all this world. It belongs to God. "Behold, to the Lord your God belong the heavens, even the highest heavens, the earth and everything in it." And in Matthew 28, we see that God gave all the authority in heaven and on earth to Jesus Christ. See, scholars call this Satan's diabolical self-delusion. He can't provide any real substantial benefit to anyone, for every good and perfect gift comes from God. Satan can't give you love, happiness, joy, hope, health, or even success. He can only give you a fake knockoff version of it, hoping you'll fall for them and buy in. Second, the cost. Satan is a scam artist. To Jesus, he says all it will cost him is a quick praise. Just fall down and worship me. Just bend your pride for a quick moment, and you can skip the whole torture and death on the cross altogether. You'll have the entire world. This is how Israel as a nation came tumbling down. The nation was divided and ultimately destroyed because they dabbled in idol worship. They probably thought, what harm can come from exploring new cultures? But once they fell into this temptation, their actions led to the destruction of their nation and the enslavement of their people. What about our lives today? Isn't there this deceptive lie that everyone seems to chase? Like money will buy you happiness, physical lust will lead to love, and success is the ultimate value worth sacrificing your health, your time, your family, and even your God? And when people pursue these lies, they move further and further away from following Jesus in their everyday life. Jesus, he knew better, and he responds to these lies with truth. Now, worship the Lord your God and serve him only. If you consider all three temptations, you might see a common thread in Satan's temptation and in Jesus' response. See, Satan is all about misdirection. Tell these stones to become bread. Throw yourself down and see if angels will come and catch you. I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world. See, Satan directs our attention to ourselves. My needs, my hunger, my glory, my life, my riches. And he makes it seem like it's to help you, like it's all for your own good. But look at how Jesus responds. Man shall not live by bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Do not put the Lord your God to the test. Worship the Lord your God and serve him only. Every situation is not just about me, but about my relationship with God. Satan may try to hide it, but Jesus makes it abundantly clear that these temptations are targeting our relationship with God. It's easy to think that your actions and your decisions affect you and you alone. But the truth is that your life is tied with people around you, and it is most deeply connected with God who created you and loves you. When you decide to put your career first, you're placing others as second and third. When you decide to make wealth your ultimate goal, Jesus says, no one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. See, what Satan doesn't want us to know is that there is no middle ground. We either worship God and serve him only, or we join Satan in his sin-driven world and ultimately eternal judgment. For do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life. When we hear these words of truth, the deceptive clouds, they fade away. And every single one of us finds ourselves chained into a lifestyle stuck in this broad road. And we feel hopeless and helpless because even though we don't want to be an enemy of God and continue down this broad path, we don't know if we have the strength to lay down our worldly pleasures and success and walk against the strong tide of this world. We're surrounded by it and trapped inside of it. And this is exactly why Jesus walked through the wilderness and faced these temptations for us. He's walking against the strong current of the sinful world, creating a path of righteousness for us. Yes, we're stuck in this broad road that leads to death, but we have a Savior, one who is more powerful than any schemes the devil may bring, one who will break our chains and call us to trust and follow him. So worship the Lord your God and serve him only. Thanks guys for joining us this week. Please share this video with other people in your lives, and if you have any questions or would like to talk to us, please send us a message or leave a comment below. Join us again next week to find out what Jesus says next. Till then, take care, and may the peace of Christ be with you.